Hello, this is Edie's. Welcome back to another Mario Maker 2 video, clearing our Uncleared 2023 levels. I have the regular 5 for you, including the Super 3D World level that I could not beat last week. Took me 3 hours, but I finally got it. We have Super Mario Brothers 1. This is a really bad level. The gimmick is stuff is hidden in the lava, and you have to jump on it. The up arrow means hold up. There are vines, which you can actually see if you look closely. There are green nubs. But when you're jumping on springs, you can't see that. Sideways trampolines, those are. He gives you a few indicators, but then he cuts it out after a while. Yeah, you can't see. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. It probably depends on what you're watching, maybe on your television. But I could see it on my television when I played. But yeah, a lot of this is just guessing, and it's very annoying. Thankfully, it's not super long. But I did eventually open the program here and make sure I knew where to jump in a couple of places anyway were not super clear. Yeah, there was a spot that I could stand, but a spot I couldn't stand, and then after that it's like, where do I jump? It's very random. I kind of look, there's an icicle above that kind of indicates you have to go right past that. It must have been an indicator for the maker anyway, but it's just stupid. This is a stupid level. I did want to record a different one, but it's like, I don't have a lot of time to record it. I spent so long playing that 3D World level, although I did that last Monday from when I recording this audio or from when I'm editing the video. So the initial video where I mentioned that level was a Sunday, and then I played that. I had played that hour for 2 hours on that Sunday, and then I played for another hour on Monday. I had to give it up on Sunday, but then I had an idea of how to beat it. Turned out I was entirely wrong about the idea, but I still was able to figure it out. But you know, I had been getting better and better, and I didn't want to give up that muscle memory, so I wanted to beat it. I just did not want to give that up, and I did eventually get it. Yeah, here's me looking at the program to make sure I know where to jump. This is the worst kind of level, honestly. Do this invisible thing, and you know, get there, I guess. Booed that pretty quick. Nothing I can do with the comments to. I couldn't really. I mean, I could put a couple of arrows, but it's not gonna help. Yep, terrible level. Don't make that kind of level. Super Mario World. This one's not much better. It's a pretty generic level, but here's the thing. Yeah, there is you need 1 coin clear condition. That's always a terrifying thing because people will hide stuff in hidden blocks. That is not exactly what's going on this one, though. But I do get to the end without getting the coin. But you'll notice that there's a key door right there, too, and I never saw a key, and I couldn't. If you pull the star out, sometimes if you don't get it right away, it can be very difficult to get. And my assumption is that Bowser Jr. had the key. He's right there. And then there's a Boom Boom later, and I thought he had the key, and I was like, no, oh my god, the key is hidden in a hidden block. Thankfully, I was able to open the program, but I couldn't figure it out even there. There's the Boom Boom. He's dead. This is supposed to be a trap. It's supposed to kill me, but you can get out of here relatively easy. You just have to stagger the bullets, and then that did not do that there. But, yeah, stagger the bullets, jump. I don't quite make it that far. I almost die there. It is a speed run, but I have plenty of time. There's a really large fire bar. Get past that. Snake block. Still haven't seen a key or a coin. And we get to the end of the level, and I'm like, oh, please don't be a hidden block level. I mean, who wants to play that kind of crap? Yeah, no one. So yeah, I'm looking around a little. I can't go back really from here, so I just die. Go down here. He does give me a yay. Which, okay, thanks for trying to kill me there. Fake death door. But yeah, here I'm just basically looking around for a key. Doesn't really help me at this point because I don't think I could get back. Maybe I could with some advance. I might be able to jump from here, but I don't know. Not super. Well, I could definitely do a shell jump from probably above, but that's, you know, definitely doesn't want me to do something like that. By the way, this is a second recording of this audio. My computer is so crappy, it did not save. But anyway, so yeah, this level is I don't know. We'll see where the key is. It's kind of dumb. Eventually, here's what I did. I opened the program and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it in a hidden block. I couldn't find it anywhere. I did find where the coin was, but I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna kill every enemy. And this is not the life where I killed every enemy. But I did hit the first 3 Koopas. You can kill them pretty easily. And the third one had a key. And I'm like, why would you put it there? There's also, yeah, there's an arrow pointing up. But the P-switch is hidden. It's right there. Can't really go anywhere, so you're gonna find that. It's not too bad. But yeah, putting a key in a random enemy is no better than putting it in a hidden block, really. I'm generally just gonna assume it's in a hidden block. There aren't that many enemies, but thankfully it wasn't too much of it. But I did boo it for that. I mean, it's very worth a boo for that. Told me to run fast. That doesn't really work. Only the last guy falls, so just wait for him to get it past me. Yeah, that's just a matter of going to the end of the level. We already saw that. Ride the snake block, the slow snake block. Everyone's favorite, green snake blocks. Make sure I watch out for these guys. They're very easy to die there, but that's all it is. Not a good level. I think he did not allow me to comment, so I couldn't even leave a comment to tell him where the key is. The thing about that Koopa, though, is it's flying over the air, and who's going to think to spin jump on it? I don't think anybody, so most people are just going to assume there's a key in a hidden block or something, or they're going to wander around forever. They're going to get all pissy. That's just garbage design. We'll move on to the NSMBU level. This one isn't terrible. It's not great. I do dislike the aesthetic of it. A lot of indicator coins, which aren't super necessary. I know where I'm supposed to go. A lot of these backgrounds in this style are just ugly. The green, pea yellow, just nasty colors. I don't know, it started hurting my eyes anyway. You have to appreciate that he attempted to make decorate the levels. A lot of spikes too for no good reason. But you know, whatever. Yeah, you don't need these coins. I know where I'm going. I can see where I'm going. I find coins in NSMBU very bright and shiny and annoying. It'd be good if you're playing endless, so that would be good because at least you get some. But yeah, this level isn't bad though. I'd also say it's too long. I don't like to see there's a spike ceiling that you don't see until you've already jumped. So easy to die there once. This level is just a little too long without a checkpoint. It's not that bad. I think it only took me like a minute 30. But you know, you die far in, have to go all the way back. That's not fun. Like right here, there should be a checkpoint. I was just testing that guy. I didn't know if he was gonna have a parachute. This is probably an expert level, but it might become a super expert level just because you have no checkpoint. So it's a little long, a little more room to die, a little more room to give up because it looks too hard. I like that he switched up with a muncher on that last one for no good reason. Almost died right there. That is a little blind. There are a couple of blind spots in this level. This moment I don't like, but it's only because the bullets have such a small hitbox. It's really hard to hit them. I do really well the first life, but I did die a couple of times there. And then you have to go all the way back. Could be a checkpoint right here. Would be a good spot for a checkpoint. This is a little blind. Very easy. It would be very easy to fall off of those. This part isn't too bad right here, but and I'm terrible at timing it. But the Koopa sometimes can be too low, and you can't make that jump, which is not fair because you can't really see it. That's blind. But it's not enough to ruin the level if it's up high. I do mess this up pretty bad because would be much nicer of him just to have one bomb or a pipe dispensing bombs or a bomb in a question block or something like that. Because having 3 right there makes it hard to grab them, and what I'm gonna have to do is Z jump. Yeah, this is a whole run of this level, just to appreciate how it's not, like I said, it's not bad. It's just a little over long, and I don't really like the aesthetics myself. But that's just an opinion. It's all just opinions. I think everyone can agree that those first 2 levels were pretty bad. I had a hard time finding a good NSMBU level. Even in 2023, every one I picked up was just a horrendous speedrunner, and some of them weren't even horrendous. I just didn't want to do them because they're so boring. I'd much rather have a level like this. This is a fairly traditional level, I think. Yeah, I get scared of these bombs. I did it so much smoother the first time, but I don't know. I did die a couple of times in that spot. Yeah, a little blind on these. A little bit of a blind jump. Very easy to get that Koopa in a bad position. I think you only if he's at the very bottom is it gonna be a real problem, but I was actually expecting another on-off block is what I thought. So yeah, actually this is, you need the bomb to blow up the wall. I did confuse it with another level, another NSMBU level I had just played that had a kill one bomb clear condition, so I thought all I had to do was kill him at first. But yeah, could have been better, but it's not bad. The coins will probably, get you one up in endless, so can't complain too hard for that. So this Super Mario Brothers 3 level is from the same maker who made that coin collecting level 2 weeks ago, if you remember that one. I hadn't looked at his profile, and so I found this one, and this is similar to the other level, and that it's killing 59 fish. I do like this level. This is my kind of level. I think it's pretty hard, slightly unfair because the way the fish move and it gets a little spammy. Killing with the stars, the way you get 4 stars and you have to take out 59 fish. It is ice at night, so it's kind of difficult, but it's just, there's a lot of stuff on the screen. It's kind of fun though. He had one more uncleared level that was just absolute dog shit though. It was ghost house at night, collect the red coins, which were all hidden, and it was fast auto scroll. And if you got to the end of the level, you couldn't start over, so you had to get them all at once. One of the worst levels I've ever seen, honestly. I chewed him out for that. I was like, God dang it, dude. Why did you build this? It's terrible. Yeah, you have to use the fish to get up to these stars, too. I don't remember which life I went on, but I actually only get 3 of the stars on the life I went at. Yeah, you know, every time you kill a fish, 1 drops out of the pipe that you killed them from. No, this is actually kind of fun. It's a little weird, but I like it. It's kind of level I do like. I've made a lot of levels similar to this. I'd like to think a lot better, but this one's not bad. You can beat it really quickly and endless. You get 3 1-ups. I doubt anyone could beat it. Unlikely anyone could beat it in 3 lives, but you never know. I'm not that good, really. Yeah, you have to be aware of that. It's really hard because you want to bounce off the fish to get the star, but like, it's really hard to calculate where they're gonna go. The way they bounce is, you know, they could be on different cycles depending on where they came from. So, and I got the last one on a jump, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even get that last star. I don't even need it. I give it a like. It's not my favorite level ever, but it's not bad. It's the only one I give a heart to in this episode. We are going to go on to the 3D world level. I did save that one for last. Like I said, it took me 3 hours to beat, but the first 2 hours I actually had erased. Because my computer just doesn't hold that much memory to have multiple hours of the same level. So it only had 6 tries when I started. When I'm starting here, it's like 234. It took me about 250 lives to beat. It was hard. But at this point, I've already practiced for 2 hours. This was actually the day after I first played it, when I beat it. I couldn't let it alone. I rarely play more than 1 day anymore. But I had an idea, and I wanted to try it. So I started it up again. The idea didn't work, but I was determined to beat it, and I eventually got it. You see this part with the springs right there, the sideways springs? No danger there, but it's practice for later. This isn't hard, this part. Like I said, I'm super practiced at this point. This first part is actually difficult if you don't understand the timing of these blinking blocks, but I had gotten very, very good at it at this point. So I don't even think I show a death in this area. But it is very easy to die if you time it poorly. That bully, you have to lure him into the twister and bounce off of him onto those icicles. Very weird setup, really. Fall out of the twister, it's very easy to die, but if you hit the bully too high, it's like he doesn't exist and you fall right through him. It's weird. So we're in the main challenge of this level. You have to get this clown car. He always hits the wall once, so you only get 2 shots before you're dead. The third time you hit a wall or get hit by something, you explode. And so he always hits it once, so you really only have 1 extra hit point. You're supposed to follow the snake block, but I found it easier to. There's a safe spot on that platform, and here I hit another ball. This was a very quick getting to the final section life early on in this playthrough. I really did not get that far very often, honestly. Getting past that room was very difficult. So here's the spring part that I really need to be good at, and I was never good at it. Because if you hesitate too much, bounce off the springs, Bowser will come up and shoot you right in the face. Every time. We'll get back there right away. We're going to see a lot of deaths on this one. Since it was the hardest level, I like to show it very thoroughly. We'll get this guy. This part is way harder than it looks, really. I had a lot of problems getting to where I needed to get to. So yeah, I lost the car there. You can actually go back and reset it, and the car will reappear. Thankfully, it lets me do that. You could die or lose the car 15 times, and you can go back. You'll eventually run out of time, though. So yeah, the Koopa always crashes at least once. We're gonna go steal his car before he does it again. We'll use these bounce platforms to get over here. We'll stop on the second one and die, because it's very easy to get hit by these fire piranha plants. But I want to land on this platform and jump to this one over here. You're supposed to follow it down, but this is a safe spot right here. If you keep going back and forth, these guys can't quite hit you in this section. So we want to jump up here at the right time. Very easy to get your car crushed by that snake block. And now you have to dodge these balls while we wait for the snake block. Not super easy. If they hit you, they cause a hit point of damage. And now we're going to go across. I think I do fail on this life. Yeah, I mess up. I lose the car. We can go back all the way, though. So I'm going to do that. We need the car to cross the spike platform. Yeah, at least you can attempt it at least a couple of times, but most of the time I died to these piranha plants. I probably lost most of my lives to them. Yeah, I started, I messed up. I could have gone back if I had done a good jump or something, but I messed up there. Here, I'm actually a little too far to the right, and I get killed. You have to just be a smidge off the center to the right of that platform. If you're too far to the left, you get hit by the little guy, and if you're too far to the right, you get hit by the big guy. Here, I think at this point, I am unable to accelerate with the car. If I had jumped there, I could have landed back on the platform, but it's also scary to jump because those flowers are... the piranha plants are triangulating you. But yeah, this is the way I like to handle it. I found this safe spot, and I'm like, it's way easier than actually trying to follow the... So that one was a little tough because he shot at the exact wrong time. Yeah, this was very difficult to figure out. I did come up with a really good strategy for the balls later on. When I beat it, I'll point it out. Here, I get smashed by the balls there. That was very difficult to get through, but like I said, I figured out a really good strategy. Just as I did with the flower. Here, I get pinned by the actual snake block, and then I can't get back in the car. I want to reset the room, obviously, because I need to reset that snake block, but I can't get up into the car again. So I'm screwed. I did try abandoning the car, too, and coming back later after the snake block came up. That never worked out well. So here's the first life I'm going to show where I actually get to the part I couldn't beat. There's a thwomp up above. And above him, there's a bunch of spinies. Now what happens is they drop on top of you. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do there? I don't understand. There, I barely made that. And I'm like, I tried a couple of ways. I was actually trying to kill the spiny. I was trying to hit the on-off before the thwomp got to me, but it is taking up too much time, and the lava is actually too high at this point to win. It does stop up above where I have to fight the Bowser, but I have to get up there or else it's... Here's the whole run. I don't know if that bully actually has any... I don't know if the maker made that bully for a reason, but I usually end up killing him with the blinking blocks. It doesn't matter. Like, I think he wanted you to ride them, but I don't see how that would work. And I never even attempted it, really. Here's the practice springs. I don't think I ever did the ones by Meowser perfectly. Use the bully, jump off onto the ice, make sure we jump right away so we don't get stuck. It's easy to get stuck on slippery surfaces. Get this guy before he hits the wall a second time. He'll very quickly hit the wall if you don't get him. Stop here, pause a little. We'll drive a little ways here, do a jump over to this platform. Just a little to the left of that wall, and we just keep spinning. the fireballs go right over our heads, and we just kind of hope that the timing works out, because that's about as good as I can do. The strategy for the balls is just to wait in this corner, and the second one never spawns. It took me a little while to realize that. I was like, oh, the second one doesn't even spawn unless I go forward, so I'll just wait. And by the time I get past that second pipe, I'm already past a bit by the time it spawns. I was trying to kill the plant and distract the Bowser. You want to kill the fire bro if you can. Get up here as fast as possible. Now, I had tried to... What I ended up doing is I kept hitting Z right there. You want to Z jump into those on-off switches instead of using the bomb like he gives you. And then you have a fire flower and Meowser respawning fire flowers. No way I can lose at this point. At least this fight. There's one slight challenge after this. But the lava doesn't go up any more than this. I could lose my fire flower. There's a respawn. No way I'm going to lose this match. And it's very easy to kill Meowser in this situation. Through the door, on-off switch here. You might not have noticed it when I was driving over the spikes earlier, but there is a bomb. I do need a fire flower here. I could actually go back if I had lost the fire flower at this point. The arrow does point right to this key box, but I was terrified that it wasn't. I couldn't remember where that key box was, so I hit the wall and bounced off. Thankfully, I didn't miss that. Man, hard, difficult level. The car part especially, but the Meowser part was also very difficult. And the Thwomp part, which I just didn't understand for a long time. So yeah, that's the video. If you've made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you the next video.